Well, good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, or howdy, Pipe Pals. How y'all doing? Oh, holy welcome, Pipe Padre. Yes, it is I. Here with another Bootschakan, and in it I am smoking this excellent außergewöhnlich Burberry, which was bequeathed to me by Thomisius Puffendorf, I believe, of YouTube fame. So, Thomas, hope you're doing well. So, ein moment, please. Wanted to get my tamper and lighter as I smoke this very wonderful tobacco. I've probably had this tin about 4 years now, and so I found it the other day, and along with some other tins, I've been able to start going through now. And although I have to say I am very blessed to have a very abundant collection of pipe tobaccos, and although I don't smoke every single day, this is probably the first. I made a video last week, and I think that was the last time I had a pipe. It's delicious. So, hold on a second. So I haven't had a pipe since probably last Tuesday. It's my day off. Today's my day off again. Oh, that's good. And so, but I have been working through finally just smoking a lot of tobaccos that I've kind of left on the shelf. One of those is the Black Mallory. This goes back from when I first began my pipe channel over 5 years ago. I remember opening this and it just kind of uncorked like champagne because it had been sitting for like 11 years. So aged tobacco, folks, is a delicacy. Still working through the old dark woods. This is a wonderful blend. I've really enjoyed this. It's almost all these are tins and things that are really getting low. So at least they're being smoked. They're not going to waste. This was a wonderful tobacco sent to me from, I think, Michael in Deutschland. Still working through that. Still wonderful. Dunhill Mixture 965. A mixture that you need to spend some time with and maybe even dedicate it to a certain pipe. That way it kind of you get the true flavors that come through on this. Again, very, very smoky English. And I gotta tell you, one of my all-time favorites, besides pirate cake, and I haven't had any pirate cake in quite a while. But one of the treats that I really enjoy is the W.O. Larson Signature Blend. This is a very sweet, aromatic Cavendish, and I love it. It's really good. Tends to burn a little hot, but if you sip it, it's quite enjoyable. So I'm just enjoying. As you saw in the beginning opening, I'm looking at trying to organize my little pipe collection. Most of the things that I use on a daily basis. Let me turn the music down just a tad. Most of the things that I use on a daily basis that I need for, say, ministry or video editing are pretty much at my fingertips. I know where to find things now. But I like to organize things, but I have to figure out how I want to organize that. Where do I really want these things? And my pipes were just kind of put up there as a second, kind of an ancillary kind of a thought, like, well, I'll just stick them here for the time being. But they seem to work there, and now I just need to organize them. So what I probably will do is I go through and kind of clean up and enjoy the remnants of these. Now, some of you may think back on my previous video of a couple of weeks ago where I talked about my Frankenstein blend, and you'd say, well, you just got little bits and dabs of those things. Why don't you just stick them in your Frankenstein blend? And maybe a few of these things may come to that they may be incorporated in my Frankenstein blend, or maybe my Holy Ghost blend, whatever you want to call it, my Holy Smokes blend. Hey, there we go. I should try and grow some tobacco and call it Holy Smokes blend. Yeah. Oh, it's interesting. I was looking at. I have found a little thing from my past. This goes back probably. This goes back a long, long ways. This is a little plastic container of what's called pipe sweetener. And back in the 70s, when I first started smoking a pipe, and I would go to the tinderbox, this was one of their little products that they would sell. And this probably goes all the way back to probably the early 80s. And anyway, it's just, and it's still, you know. Anyway, the bottom line was, I thought, do they even still make this? Is there even still a tinderbox? There is still a tinderbox, or tinderbox franchise still, I guess. So I wanted to see if I might be able to even get another one of these. And it was interesting because I went on a couple of sites, and when I went to pipes and cigars, or is it pipes and tobaccos, I think it's the tobaccoreviews.com. It now says, are you 18 years or older? So this is fascinating. You can't, I guess now, I don't know if it's illegal, but minors can't even look at tobacco products online. And I just thought that was kind of interesting. Obviously, they don't want them to maybe have access to their web page because they'll order tobacco products, and again, that is against the law, and I understand that. But anyway, it's just the way, it's the times in which we're living. So, oh boy. Well, I don't have a whole lot to share today. I might kind of delve into. Oh, do I want to get political in this video? Let me think. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Okay. You know, for what it's worth, I know that some people probably will take umbrage at what I want to share. And again, I'm just doing it in a spirit of give or take. I think that's the best way I would say my channel is. It's, if you want to come and watch the old Padre and have a pipe with me and a cup of coffee or whatever your favorite adult beverage is, and hang out. And maybe I'll do another 360 video. Those are processed a little bit differently than the regular videos. And I'm not doing anything fancy this video. I'm just doing my little GoPro. Oh, by the way, I wanted to say a shout out to Chris. Chris Pipe Monk, my friend in India. Hello, Chris. How are you? Anyway, he is back in town. He's back in town. And there was another gentleman, and I meant to give him a shout out because he asked me to, and I forgot. You know who you are. I thank you because you asked me to give you a shout out, and okay, Pipe Brazil. Pipe Brazil. Blast from the past there. So he's back online. Wanted me to just put a shout out for him too. Again, Pipe Brazil. Check him out. So Chris the Pipe Monk, he entered one of my contests a couple of years ago, won a GoPro. So anyway, but again, Pipe Brazil and Pipe Monk, or Chris Pipe Monk. Okay, so check them out and say hi to them. But anyway, so here I am, and I guess after watching the two conventions, the Republican convention and the Democratic convention, and here in America it's a political year, and I know that there are different folks that subscribe to different political views, and you know, that's what makes, I guess, a democracy great in many ways. But what makes a democracy great is the free exchange of people's ability to share their opinions. And one of the things that I think we have to be careful of, which is, and I've said this before, it won't come as any big revelation, but we need to really be careful that we don't, just because we feel that somebody's opinion is politically incorrect, that somehow it must be stifled, it must be quelched. One person that I really like, won't come as a big shock to a lot of people, is a guy named Dinesh D'Souza. And he has a new movie out in theaters, I saw it yesterday, called Hillary's America. And again, I have not only seen his videos, I've watched him debate people, like a guy named Chang from the Young Turks. I'm sorry, he's not a very attractive person. I mean, he looks like a big bully to me, and he comes across as a big bully. He's crude and rude. But there's a debate between Dinesh D'Souza and Chang, and I don't know what his last name is, but he's one of the big people on the Young Turks videos. But again, I understand there are a lot of progressive people in the world, and I've got to turn my light back on here. Sometimes I need to, I try to turn my lights off, you know, and I have them on a timer. But when I make videos, I kind of use that ambient light to kind of give me extra light. So I have this nice light on me all the time. I'm going to set this other one too. Let me just, updates. I got updates! I love updates! Do you love updates? I love updates. Okay. The old Mac Pro over here with the new Mac Pro on the other desk. Okay, great. So there are a lot of issues that are very, very volatile things to talk about. And one of those, of course, is being, hit back and forth, is the one on immigration. And I believe, and I said in one of my other videos, I'm not against people coming to America. America is a land of immigrants. But I do believe that people should want to be Americans, not people who just simply live in the United States. And I think I said that in one of my last videos, and I know I got some thumbs down on that one. And I think people are hearing me, they've been taught that if you say things like what I'm saying, I'm a racist, I'm a bigot, I'm xenophobic, I'm a hate monger, I'm intolerant. No, not at all. But I think that it's important that people want to, and again I said in my other video, assimilate, to adopt the ways and the customs and the courtesies of a new country. It just makes sense. Now, some people may have heard me say you have to sacrifice your culture in order to assimilate to American culture, and I never said that, and I never would say that. I might have said this story, maybe I've shared it in videos past. Having 5 years now on YouTube, at least on the Pipe channel, and my other channel has almost 7 or 8 years, I know I've shared this one story, but one of my high school buddies was a really good friend. We played chess a lot. His brother was a grandmaster, chess grandmaster, and they were from Germany. They were from Deutschland. And I loved going over there. I'd ride my bike out into the country, and they had a beautiful little home. I mean, it wasn't fancy, but it was like a little bit of Germany in my hometown, And these friends were good. His mom loved to bake, and there was always these wonderful, she baked lots of pastries. And so I'd play chess and smell all these wonderful pastries, and then they'd come out of the oven and they put I guess they were strudel, and they would, it was wonderful, apple strudel. So all I'm saying is that I would feel horrible if they came to America and they had to hide their culture, being from Germany, couldn't speak German, couldn't celebrate their customs, couldn't live their customs, from their traditions. That would be horrible. And again, I've never advocated that. And I don't think those who want to see a controlled immigration are doing that. This open border mentality has been hijacked by a radical progressive understanding. And if you say anything to the contrary, somehow you're a racist. But let me ask you a question. If this open border thing is sort of like, well, we should let anybody come in that wants to come in. Again, people that want to come in and they want to be naturalized citizens, I'm not against that at all. I'm for that. But it'd be like all of a sudden you're sitting at your home getting ready to have dinner, and 3 people, strangers, just walk up and say, we're coming in here, give us this food, you guys get out of this house, we're going to work because we're stronger and we've got clubs and we've got weapons, and they throw you out of your house. Or they just say, we're just going to move in here. We need a place to stay, and we're going to stay here. Don't even know them. They don't even ask. They're not trying to even be polite. They're just bullying you and taking away your home. Well, that's wrong. I mean, what rational person cannot see that as being fundamentally wrong? So anyway, I've been looking online, and I cannot believe that I smoked almost this whole pipe. I filled it all the way up about 20 minutes ago, and it's almost gone. I'm going to have to get another pipe, or keep my video short. Probably will do the latter. But let me just fire this up again one more time. So, to that end, I was watching some videos, and I found, I think, and I'm going to put it in my little bucket below, so you can go check it out if you want to. I thought it was a very objective, honest video of what the immigration problem looks like in Sweden. Now, I'm not trying to advocate primarily to say this is the way we should see the issue. I'm just saying this is another way of looking at it. And you may be recalcitrant to seeing other viewpoints or opinions. And I would rather be in a culture that allows me to at least hear other people express their ideas. Even if I don't agree with them, or I don't understand them, or I've never been introduced to them, I would like to have the opportunity to at least have them expressed. And what I'm seeing more and more and more from a lot of people in progressive understandings of how they view their philosophy of life, it's like certain opinions are tolerated and others are not. And that's where I fundamentally have a real disagreement. Got to get some coffee here. Caffeine low light levels blinking on and off. So I watched this video. It's maybe half an hour long, but I thought it was very well done. I don't know when it was made. Probably made a few years ago. I don't know if it's actually something that was made a few months ago or a few weeks ago or whatever, but it's still, I think, a very pertinent, timely video. I just think that there needs to be some rationality behind this issue of immigration, whether it's in the UK, Sweden, the EU, America, wherever. It's just something that that people have to have an honest understanding and appreciation for. And again, don't hear me say that you have to commit cultural suicide in order to become an American or anybody else. One of the things I saw today, which gave me a lot of hope, and I thought it was wonderful. I was absolutely amazed. Was that some Muslims went to mass in the parish where the French priest, Father Jacques Hamel, was tragically killed, murdered last week, a week ago today. And so there was a little video, and it showed these Muslim people going to the mass, and I found that to be, yeah, well, I've got to use the word incredible, because I didn't even know their religion would allow them to go into a Catholic church, let alone go to mass. So, you know, that's not me hating on Muslims. It's just that I don't understand. From my understanding is that they don't want to see, because I was a prison chaplain for a number of years, and I supervised the Muslim inmates from time to time when they did Juma on Fridays. And one of the things is they didn't want to have any other religious iconography or symbolism or imagery, because they felt that that's disrespectful to Islam. So we always made everything neutral after we were done. So after I would say my Mass, we would put all of the Christian or Catholic things away and place them in storage until the next time. So I have lived in a ecumenical environment. I've worked with imams. I've worked with Muslim people. Again, I have nothing against them at all, but I do believe that people should be properly vetted when they come to my country or your country, wherever you're watching this video today, or any country, and they need to ask themselves, do they really want to immigrate? And I think immigration is a wonderful thing. You know, there was a few times in my life where I thought, you know, maybe now I'm too old to do it, I think, but to immigrate to another country and be a priest in another country. You know, I mean, I have lived abroad for 3 years, and that's why I really enjoyed that experience. It was very enriching. But anyway, so that's all I wanted to share in this video. I hope you don't, you know, thumbs down me because you think I'm being hateful and intolerant, or, you know, or racist or whatever, because that is certainly not the case. But I think that people that may feel that way have been poisoned by this new progressive attitude that only certain opinions will be tolerated. And that's where I think that we need to have to have a real revisit of that whole issue. Because when we stop listening to other people, then I think that's when we really get into trouble. So anyway, that's why pipe smoking, I'll close with this, can be kind of helpful. Isn't it interesting that, you know, as Americans moved westward and they encountered the Indians, and they had their difficulties for sure, when they were trying to find a way to at least sit down literally and talk to each other, they pulled out the old peace pipe. Isn't that wonderful? I mean, there's a positive example of pipe smoking. Isn't that interesting? Think about it. Of all the things that people could use to bring about at least a modicum for a small period of time, was the pipe. Good old-fashioned peace pipe. So maybe that's what I'll call this video, the peace pipe video. All right. Thanks for watching. Check out the video. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you again in another week. Okay, I'll probably make these videos probably once a week if I can. I think I can promise that I can realistically do a video a week. That's all we ask, folks, is a video a week. Okay. All right, until next week, same bat time, same pipe channel. Light up your world, light up your pipe. See you now. Enjoy.